All right, Joe, are you ready for this?
I don't know.
Neither do I. I can record this. I can record your face.
Yeah, let me fix my hair.
You look pretty enough.
But my hair looks so weird.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the start of a new series. A series that Joe and I invented how many years ago now that we used to do, not on YouTube, but just for fun, that we call Scrabbattling. It is a mix of playing a game we love, Scrabble, and a game we love to hate, Pokemon. And Joe and I have been good friends for a long time. We got each other really into the competitive scene. We started breeding around the same time and learning the ropes of EV training and IV breeding and everything like that. And so we were able to kind of grow as a pair and learn together to play the game. So I really wanted to bring him in for a series. He's still in college, so he doesn't have a lot of time. So we're going to bring him in for the first week, and every week that I do this, I'll have a new guest on, someone else in the community that I've met through playing Pokemon, and get them to play some Pokemon with some random letters, which should be really fun. So the way this is going to work is that Joe has created a program, because he's smart or whatever, in MATLAB, that he will be able to generate 7 random letters for each of us, as if we were taking tiles out of a Scrabble bag. And so it'll be our rack of tiles, per se. We'll have about 10 minutes, between 10 and 15 minutes, to then pick 7 Pokemon that will represent those letters. And then we will come back and tell each other what those Pokemon are. Then we'll have about 48 hours to 72 hours or so to build 7 Pokemon. I've changed a little bit, Joe, so actually beware of this. I think it's pretty interesting. It's a best of 3 series after that. Where we play with our Pokemon. You make all 7. After each game, you can choose a different combination of the 7 to bring, of the 6 you want to bring of your 7 Pokemon, but you can't change the set. So once you've, if you get G and you pick Gardevoir, then you have to use the same Gardevoir set every time, but you could not bring the Gardevoir, you could bring a different 6th Pokemon and leave the Gardevoir on the bench. You can swap it out after the first game to try to change it up for game 2. Maybe keep some secrets or something with a Pokemon you don't want them to reveal too much information about.
Gotcha. So, I have a clarifying question.
Yes, go for it.
So, is it just from the previous battle, or is it if I build an entire set, that set can't change regardless of if I don't bring?
So once you should have one Pokemon, one set for each of your 7 Pokemon built.
Got it.
And so then you don't change it. And we'll get these teams genned in, and we'll get them in-game, and we'll get these live recorded for you guys later on. I'm hoping that Joe will be able to actively be on call with me while we're doing these battles for fun, since there isn't really a prize for winning, but it's just kind of a for fun thing. And Joe, being my first guest, I want to say thank you for jumping in on this series. I know it's something that we used to do. We actually used to play the whole game of Scrabble out, and it was during the game of Scrabble, you had to build your team, or you pick your 7, and then at the end of the game of Scrabble, you had to tell your opponent. So we've adjusted it so it's about 15 minutes, which is about how long you actually take, in theory, to play your turns in a game of Scrabble. But the game of Scrabble obviously takes longer than that when more people are playing. But more isolated time where you're not focusing on Scrabble, I feel like it's plenty of time. So, Joe, if you don't want to delay any further, you could pull up your program that you did, and we can get this thing started. So I am actually super excited. I don't know. I'm a gambler by heart, so I love not knowing what is going to happen.
Sure. So just a little background on the code, the way I've created it. I have a letter bank that it contains every single letter that you might find in a Scrabble set. For duplicate letters, they are numbered just so each one has a different individual assignment. I can input the number of players that are playing. So if you wanted to do 1 to 4 people that would normally play a game of Scrabble, that works. So you input the number, then the code will multiply that number by 7, and you'll be able to draw that many number of tiles. And the numbers the tiles that you pull won't go back into the theoretical bag. So I've been able to do that in MATLAB. It wasn't too time consuming. It took me about an hour and a half. But just for this purpose, and I like being able to put my engineering use to
There you go.
different
So if anyone ever needs a programmer to help them out, don't pick me.
God, not me.
Pick Joe. He does it in about an hour and a half. He also makes 3D models of for 3D printing. What? He's commissioned. It's your job. It's your part-time job.
Yeah, I guess.
But I'll throw. If you send me a couple of the. If you send me a couple of the links, I'll throw them up at this point so that people can see like what they look like because they're super cool. The Sylveon that's like hidden back on that shelf back there is also one of Joe's creations. So
I didn't design that one, I will say. I printed that one, but I didn't design it.
Okay, well it's still really cool, and you printed it for me, so I appreciate that.
Cool.
But yeah, if you want to pull up the MATLAB code, and then we can get that underway.
Yep. So, do you want to screen share, or just so you can see the letters as well?
That'll help. That way, unless you're recording your screen on your side, but
I am not.
Then we should probably have me recording it. So.
And then I had to convert it all into like script, so it wasn't like coming in as integers. All right. So, if I hit run up here, oh yeah, we'll change the folder. All right, so number of players. There are 2 of us.
2 players.
All right. Now, is this first... So this is your initial Scrabbattle, so I will allow you to select or to obtain the first number, I suppose.
All right, so are we alternating?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to write these down. Hold on.
That's actually a great idea. I guess I can refer back to it.
I pulled up a notebook. It's my work notebook. Don't tell my boss.
Just have like 14 letters right
just like random letters sitting there. I mean, honestly, it's not that unreasonable to have that in this notebook. Most of this is like 3-letter like shorthand for things. So he may not even notice that it's weird, but it is my work notebook. So all right, I will get the first letter and we will alternate back and forth.
Cool. All right, ready?
Yep.
First letter is M.
M. All right. Will it always do M1, or will it do like whichever M it pulled?
M1 has now been removed from the list.
So you can still get M2, because I know there's 2 M's in the bag.
Yeah. Yep. If you look here, there's where my cursor is. M1 is here. M2 is here. So M1 is out of the array.
Okay. And so, but if it had pulled M2, it would have said M2.
Yes.
Right. It won't always just say M1 there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just an M. The 1 is just so that it's an individual identifier.
Sure. Yeah. So if you don't have duplicates there and confusing code, I get it.
Yep.
All right. So Joe's first letter.
V.
V.
V as in very.
All right.
Good options there.
There are some fun options. I mean, Volibee is not even a bad option by itself, but there are a couple of ground rules that I didn't really go over. I'll make sure to like put them in the description so that I make sure everything's cleared up. But just so you're aware and everyone's aware, megas are not allowed, and we are playing OU and below by Smogon rules, so no Ubers, and it will be played at level 50 in game, and then obviously legal move sets. But you can have transfer moves, you can have whatever like egg moves and everything like that. So standard OU in terms of the mons you can choose from, but obviously not standard because you may not get any OU mons with your letters. Duplicate items are fine, things like that, but no Ubers and no megas, because it may not be fair because both players may not even get a chance to have a mega.
Right.
All right.
All right. Ready for your second tile?
Yeah, let's go.
E.
E. Okay. Better than I.
Oh my goodness, I just want a nice Igglybuff.
Dude, I realized Gen 7 introduced some crazy new mons with some cool letters. So Xurkitree for X just popped up, and then Incineroar is now an I. So like, we used to do this in Gen 6, and so it's just like, do you want Infernape or do you want Illumise? But now you can have Incineroar, which is like a, at least a different option.
Actually, decent mon, yeah.
It's the same typing pretty much as Infernape,
right.
Intimidate's pretty useful and fake out and whatever it does. So.
Yeah.
So I became less useless, and Z now has instead of just Xatu because Xerneas is banned. Now all these pigs are.
One of these times I will use Igglybuff. He says now.
All right.
Watch me put an eye.
Dude,
Also, not to be confused with this eye that's down here. Eye is just a common placeholder when you're adding 1 to your while loop.
So it tells us how many letters we've drawn so far total.
Yeah.
All right, you ready, Joe, for your second letter?
Yep. W.
W.
Wow.
Your letters are interesting.
Yeah.
These are uncommon letters right here.
Hey, it's pulling randomly from my array.
There
so
you
I
go.
can't complain.
That's a good thing that it does. All right, so I'm at ME and you're at VW.
Oh, good. That sounds promising already.
There's some options there. I mean, you got that Venusaur Wailord core.
Oh yeah. That's not bad.
Just need a fire type. You need that eye to pop up right now, Joe.
Yeah, listen. I'm ready. Give me the eye.
All right, so my third letter is going to be L. Interesting.
L is a good letter.
Yeah, there's some options there. I'm gonna grab that licky.
Nice lichen rock.
Ooh, lots of forms of that too.
Yeah.
Lantern?
Ooh. Ooh, that'd be fun. Lapras.
Oh, I love Lapras. I do love Lapras. Lantern would be interesting too because it could have like the different Volt Absorb or Water Absorb.
Yeah.
So. All right. Joe's third letter.
E.
So another E?
All right. So we both have E's now.
That's interesting. Oh man. What E are you going to go with, Emolga?
You know, if I have my choice of electric type E Pokemon.
That's true. It's not Emolga, it's Electric. Or Electrode. There's a lot of E electric types, I'm realizing now that I think about it.
Electros, Electabuzz, Elekid, Electivire.
Man.
That whole line.
Yeah, that whole line's E. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And Electric and Electros are both also E's. But Tynamo's not, so.
Excavalier.
Definitely an electric type. Ooh, Excadrill. Do you have a Sand Setter? No, you need T or H or G, I think, for a Sand Setter.
Well.
Alright. It could happen. It's my fourth letter right now. We're not even halfway there yet, so.
Oh!
There it is. Every time I'm gonna pull an eye. I feel it in the series.
You know, an eye for an eye.
Makes the whole world blind. Alright. So we are sitting MELI for myself and VWE and a fourth letter for Joe.
T. Look at that. I might have that Sand Setter.
Dude, that Sand Core is looking real right now.
Yeah.
I wonder what V gets that's gonna counter. I definitely have to like pick Pokemon that could counter a Sand team now that we've talked about it.
Yeah. I've never actually played a Sand team. I might have to explore that.
I mean, Tyranitar Excadrill is the way to go if you're gonna do it.
True.
And you have that, so.
Yep.
I could also just pick Excadrill though, just to counter that.
You could. That would actually screw me a little bit. Considering they're both weak to Excadrill.
And if you don't go with it, I can just go Mold Breaker, you know? Like, I can choose after I know which Pokemon you have before I know what team you're, like, officially building.
Oh, man. So many options. Alright, number 9.
Yep. Letter 5 here. Is that the J?
J?
Is that the J? Did I just get the J?
You just got the J.
Alright. Getting that one off out of this bag. It's a big one. J's a cool letter.
Yeah.
There's more stuff than I realized for J.
Jumpluff, Jigglypuff. All the ones that you want.
All the Pokemon that I've always wanted. Alright.
Oh, Jirachi's on that list.
Jirachi is on that. I was hoping you wouldn't come up with that one. I wasn't gonna say anything.
Man,
oh, and you pulled the K right afterwards.
Holy crap.
Statistics, man.
Not K for crap, though.
Kecleon.
Good.
Kangaskhan? No Megas, though, unfortunately.
No Megas. I'd sooner take Kangaskhan over Kecleon.
I don't think those are the Ks you're going to go with, though. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but like Kling could go with your Sand Core really well, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Kabutops?
I mean, I just might say Clink. Huh?
Kabutops?
Alright. Letter number 11 goes to Robert.
It is an A. Dude, mine is almost going to spell a word, because I've alternated consonant vowel every time. So, I have Mellyjaw.
I don't think I can spell anything with my letters.
Your letters are real hard to spell things with.
VWEK.
Alright.
Something else.
T.
T. Right.
Alright, Joe. Your penultimate letter.
X.
Did you just pull the
my.
K and the X on your side?
I just pulled the X on my side.
We did just talk about some all the X's, which is Xatu and
Oh,
Circuitry. Those are your choices, so...
What was the option? Circuitry and what else?
Xatu?
Xatu.
Xatu.
Not actually bad options.
Yeah, those are not bad Pokemon. Xatu is my all-time kill leader from a single season league season, so...
That's so funny.
Got 15 kills in like 8 matches. I didn't bring it to a single match, it didn't get at least 1 kill, so... Thing's a threat.
It's absolutely insane. You would not think Xatu would be that like formidable, but
No,
I guess in competitive battle, it's different.
It gets great coverage, and since you know what your opponent's like small set of Pokemon is going to be, like that's awesome.
Yeah.
You can bring it in on like a predicted status move. You can bring it in on like Stealth Rocks. One of its kills, admittedly, was I brought it in on a Florges. Florges clicked Toxic, Toxic itself, and then eventually died to its own Toxic. Xatu got credited with the kill.
Still counts.
Yeah, so so I take those.
Letter number 13 for Robert.
Y. Melly J is my letters
Why
as they spell out.
Melly J. Jamelli. Who's coming at you from rapper Jamelli?
Alright, so Y is my final letter, so I think that's like just Yanmega, which is really unfortunate. I could go Yamask. I could go Eviolite Yamask.
Oh, Evital's an Uber.
Yeah, Evital doesn't count. You could take Xerneas, I can take Evital, and we can just say it's okay.
Nah.
I'm not giving you Geomancy anyway, so. Alright, so let's take Joe's last letter here.
R.
It is an R. Alright, so that is the 7 letters for each of us. They are on screen for you guys, but just for myself and Joe. M-E-L-I-J-A-Y is mine, and V-W-E-T-K-X and R for Joe. So we will see you guys back here in a moment. For us, it'll be about 10-15 minutes, but for you guys, it'll be just an instant, and we will reveal the 7 Pokemon that we are bringing. That you don't have to have the sets prepped or anything, just which 7 Mons we will have. So we'll see you guys back here in a second with those sets. Alright, so I'll go through my process really briefly. But basically what I did was I went through and I looked at each letter and I wrote down some of the Mons from each letter that I'd want. And then I kind of tried to build a team that didn't look like it had too many common weaknesses. And was able to count, like, kind of handle itself well, had reasonable speed tiers, if not perfect. So, Joe, are you ready?
Yep.
Alright, M-E-L-I-J-A-Y for myself is going to be represented by Magearna, Exploud, Landorus Therian, Jolteon, Azelf, Yanmega, and Incineroar.
One more time.
I can resort these to the same order of the letters. I don't know why they're not in letter order, but I'm resorting them. Alright. Magearna, Exploud, Landorus T, Incineroar, Jolteon, Azelf, and Yanmega. I can send you that list.
I'm writing it down. Oh, you sent it.
Yeah.
What was the A? Amoongus?
Azelf.
Zell. And Y was
Yanmega.
Yanmega. All right. That's terrifying.
Alright, Joe, let's hear yours.
So, we have Tornadus T, Venusaur, Weavile, Xurkitree, Registeel, Espeon, and Como O.
Ooh, went with the Como O. Alright. You want to send that to me in Discord?
Yeah, if you're curious, I was debating Togekiss over Tornadus T for the longest time. That's why I was like, no, I can't do this.
Alright, so each of us...
I think Tornadus T was the call.
Each of us will be bringing a genie, which is super interesting. And we will be facing off once more. As my team is already, I mean, the team's already displayed on the screen, but for us and our own reference, once more, my team is Magearna, Exploud, Landorus T, Incineroar, Jolteon, Azelf, and Yanmega. and Joe's team is Venusaur, Weavile, Espeon, Tornadus T, Como O, Xurkitree, and Registeel. Remember, we bring 6 of these mons to the first match, but we can swap out which one we want to bring to matches 2, and then swap again if we choose for match 3 if we get that far. It's a best of 3 series, and we will see you guys back here tomorrow with the actual battles. So, if you have anything else you want to say, Joe?
Oh man, I'm scared.
Yeah, this is really nerve-wracking. I feel like we're better at team building now than we were before, so times have changed. But yeah, so thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all back again tomorrow with match 1 in our best of 3 set. Take care, everybody.
See you later.